What's up, everybody? It's your boy Vasano, and welcome back to Way of Wrestling. We are going to just do a quick go through of the card that's going down. I'm going to give my predictions and what I believe could happen or what I believe should happen. Okay. The first thing we're going to talk about is the 30-man over the top the 30-man over the top Royal Rumble match for the heavyweight championship. This is the first time in the history of WWE's Royal Rumble that the championship is on the line. We know that it's going to be Roman Reigns versus basically the whole roster. Anybody can win. We don't know. Daniel Bryan has been cleared to wrestle. We might see him tonight. We might see AJ Styles, somebody else from NXT. You never know who's going to enter this match. Last year it was the Dudleys. The question is who is going to come and try to steal the show. It could even be Shawn Michaels himself. The announced participants for this so far is Roman Reigns, The Big Show, Brock Lesnar, Chris Jericho, Sheamus, Ryback. Well, we know Ryback's not going to win it. Dolph Ziggler, Stardust, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and of course Braun Strowman. Now, if they want to make the storyline pretty interesting, they could go so far as to make Bray Wyatt win. That would be an interesting way to go. We've already seen the feud. I know I'm tired of seeing them feuding, but the whole anybody but you Roman could come into play. Who knows what can happen at the Royal Rumble? We're hoping for a good match. The last man standing match is going to be on the next thing on the card. And we got Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose. Now, personally, I like Dean Ambrose, but I don't think he's going to walk away with the championship. If Roman Reigns has to win, that means, to me, Dean Ambrose has to lose. And to me, the greatest person to lose your title to is Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is a workhorse. He's been working hard all year long. He has shown himself to be probably, to me, one of the best in-ring match guys. I mean, he throws a great match. He's not a jobber, which you don't want Kevin Owens to be. That he's a great heel. He's a bona fide heel. He's a believable heel. In fact, I like him as a heel way more than I would probably as a face. I don't even want him to go face because he's just so awesome as a heel. The next one is the United States Championship for Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto, and I'm going to be honest, this is no more than a cruiserweight matchup to me. I personally don't care about the U.S. title. It has become basically, like I said, the cruiserweight of the WWE in recent years because this cruiserweight is gone. So I don't think it's going to go pretty well. I think it's going to be a good match. They're both luchadors, so you're going to see a good luchador match between the two. It's the first time, honestly, we've seen something like this since Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio. So if you think about it on the lines of that, this could be a poor man's version of that. I mean, it's not going to be as epic, but it's darn sure going to be just as good. Charlotte versus Becky for the Divas Championship. Now, first off, I have to agree with Charlotte when she says it's time to get rid of the Diva title. That's just so played out. Gosh, I just wish they would go back to the Women's Championship. That's just my opinion. If you want to be taken seriously, you got to give it a serious name. And the Women's Championship sounds so much real than the Divas title, which doesn't have much credibility to it, in my opinion. But Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Charlotte is Ric Flair's daughter. She has been winning by Ric Flair's standards. And then you got Becky, who honestly has proven herself to be a pretty good, person to be a work for her. I mean, her job is going to be the job for Charlotte. And Charlotte's going to come out of this the winner. I don't see how Becky Lynch could beat her. And if you're going to set up something for someone like Nikki Bella to come back as a face, the best way to set it up for that is to have someone like Charlotte, who has a legitimate name and has legitimate status and you can push somebody like Paige, or you can push Nikki Bella as the face, as a person who can come in and play the white knight of the situation, and finally strip Charlotte of the championship by the right way. But it's not going to be Becky Lynch. There's no purpose for her to win whatsoever. Now, the tag team championships can go either way. It's going to be the New Day versus the Usos, and I'm reading it off my pad, so my tablet, so that's why you see me looking down. I say, honestly, the New Day is on a roll. I don't see the Usos winning. Well, actually, I take that back. For storyline purposes, seeing as Roman Reigns, in a sense, has to win this to make him look like the strongest guy of all time, I will say it's going to be New Day that's going to lose the titles. Oh, crap. Sorry about that. It's going to be New Day who loses their titles to the Usos, and the Usos are obviously going to win this. So, yeah. Finally, the Fatal 4-Way that's going to kick off the show. The Dudley Boys versus the Ascensions versus Jack Swagger and Mark Henry versus the Darren and Damian Sandow. If you can just say, this is like, we have nothing to do with you guys. We have nowhere to put you. We don't even want you in the Royal Rumble. So here is your Royal Rumble moment. And for someone like Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, that really doesn't mean much. But for someone like Damian Sandow and maybe even the Dudleys, you could say that about. Dudleys really don't need to be used. They're not what they were 20 years ago, and obviously you're not going to get the same type of match out of them. They're at the tail end of their careers, and Damian Sandow, he's a jobber. All of these guys are jobbers at this point. So yeah, it's the best thing to do is to put them on a kickoff show and let them have a moment. And you know, the Dudley Boys may show up in the Royal Rumble, but that's about it. So, once again, that is the Way of Wrestling Royal Rumble prediction show. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it here, and I will talk to you guys after the Royal Rumble, where I'll give my take on what happened. So thank you for coming down. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and thank you for coming down the Way of Wrestling. Have a nice day.